babes, what's up? It's ItsAnnaLouise and
I'm Jeremy Gone Wild.
Sure, a lot of you guys know him as Jeremy Gone Wild. Used to be Jeremy's Wild Studio here on YouTube. Hi, hello. How are you today? It is us, and we are here for a collab video, which is something that I've been so excited about and been wanting to do for a really long time, and he is here to visit me today, so
I am.
We are here for a video.
And I'm so happy.
Yes.
I'm so happy to be here.
And we also have a sidekick right here too, which is Clark, my puppy, my Australian Shepherd puppy. So he's probably going to be in and out of this video. But anyway, let's get right to it. Today's video is all about which pet would be a better beginner pet. A betta fish or
a leopard gecko.
Who knows? We're just going to have to find out. So if you're interested in hearing what we have to say about what we think would be a better beginner pet, then keep on watching today's video. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and start this off with talking about betta fish. Of course, we'll be talking about bettas and Leos in this video. So to talk about betta fish, number one, honestly, I feel like betta fish are a lot more to handle than a lot of people think.
Yes, and this is something I've talked about a lot on TikTok, is there's a lot of parents that like to buy betta fish for their kids because they think that it's an easy, low maintenance pet, and that couldn't be further from the truth.
Exactly. So honestly, I feel like there is a lot of maintenance and upkeep with bettas. So of course you have to go ahead and have that proper size tank. That's obviously the most important, well, one of the most important steps when you are looking into getting a betta fish. So you're going to want to have a proper size tank with all of the stuff to go in it, and that will cost you money. Okay, and that will cost you money. So you have to know already that you've got expenses such as the tank, whatever substrate you're going to use, so gravel or sand. You're going to have tank decorations. You're going to have plants if you want it to be a really nice filled up tank. And obviously, I recommend live plants. I know that's harder for a beginner, and that's okay. Totally understand that. But if you don't go the live plant route, definitely recommend silk plants. But that's going to cost you money, and especially if you have live plants, you're going to get into, I feel like they're going to be more expensive. Do you think?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you have that stuff to consider along with the filter, making sure it has a filter, a heater, especially if you're not in the right climate. So you're going to want that. And obviously there's going to be food. You have to have the water conditioner, stuff to clean your tank with. There is a lot of different things that come with owning a betta, and that really goes for other fish as well. But there's a lot of different things. So first of all, you have to take in account that you have to buy and have all of that stuff readily available. And I do want to mention as well that betta fish, they're not, I don't want to say too weak, but they're not the hardiest. I feel like there's people all the times in my DMs worried about fin rot, especially. Fin rot or like tail biting. I feel like that's a really big one.
I get a lot of tail biting in my DMs too.
He just took the fork again. And he's going to go under the table because he knows he can't have it.
Hey, come here, buddy. Come here.
Thanks, Clark. Doggone it, that dog's gone wild. Yeah, that happens a lot. I get that a lot in my DMs, and when that happens, you're going to have medicines and things to treat your fish, so that has to be readily available as well. And
in some countries, those medications aren't even available at all.
Exactly. And I have had people come to me who live in other countries when I give them recommendations, and they're like, we don't have that.
Even Canada's pretty restrictive about that.
Yeah, so, that's one thing to keep in mind, that you're going to want to have that readily available. And not to mention, not even the money cost, but hey, it's going to put stress on you because you obviously don't want your fish to be sick. You don't want your animal to be sick. So that's obviously going to cause you stress because, there's always people in my DMs have these problems that they're like, I just feel so defeated. I feel so upset because my fish is sick and I just want him to be better and I hate seeing him this way. So it's stress on you too.
Yeah.
So, and stress comes with owning any animal, but when you take into account how easily these things can get sick and that things can happen, the stress levels can go up. So that's another thing to consider. There's truly a lot, and you also have to keep up with tank cleanings, and that can take a long time. Honestly, because you have to take out the water, you have to dump the water, filling it back in. I feel like that goes a lot more it's a lot more intricate than just cleaning out a leopard gecko tank, which obviously we'll get into.
Right.
But I feel like that bettas are a lot more timely.
And you can't just dump the water out of a betta tank, scrub it with soap and water, and then refill it. That's really bad. Proper tank maintenance is not something that you can reasonably expect a child to take care of either. So if you are...
Parents out there, no.
Yeah. If you are a parent, please understand that if you get your kid a betta fish, you're going to have to take care of that fish.
It's essentially going to be your pet, your responsibility for the most part, other than obviously teaching your kid is very important, but a lot truly goes into it. And if you even have, betta buddies, like things that can go in there with your fish, such as snails, then that even adds more. But if we're just talking about the fish, it's very timely. And, just cleaning the gravel with a siphon, that takes a long time too. And obviously when you put the water back in, you have to put the water conditioner. Obviously you can't miss that step or your fish will die. So a lot of crucial things comes with cleaning the betta's tank. But right off the bat, those are the main points I want to throw out there that comes with, talking about how easy a betta is for a beginner pet. So now let's talk a little bit about leopard geckos.
Well, first, there is another point about bettas that I want to raise, and that is how long they live. They live about 3 to 5 years.
Yes. Oh, that's...
If well taken care of. So, and obviously if you get a betta and just throw it in a bowl, it's only going to live for a couple of weeks.
Right.
And if that's your plan, just don't. Like, maybe just get a succulent instead. But...
I mean, I used to have pet eggs when I was little.
Right.
I really would. I'm not even kidding.
But if you want a pet for your family or your household or yourself or whatever, if you want a pet that's going to be around for a long, long time, a betta fish really ain't it.
It ain't it, honey.
It ain't it. It's gonna die in 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
And if you're a parent and you have a kid, one thing that a lot of parents do is they replace the fish when it dies.
Oh God, yeah.
And I hate that so much because you wouldn't believe how many people are in my DMs or in my comments telling me, well, my betta fish lived for 12 years. No, it didn't. It did not live for 12 years. Your parents replaced it.
They be fooling you, honey.
Your parents have lied to you your whole life.
That's terrible, man. That's terrible. Yeah, but that is true. The life expectancy is something to take in to place. It's really depending on how you feel about the lifespan of an animal. Do you want it to live for a really, really long... I mean, obviously you want things to live for a long time, but are you okay with something passing away pretty early?
Are you prepared for that?
Yeah.
To deal with falling in love with this animal and it dying in 3 to 5 years.
Rats.
Tea,
sis. Okay, but yeah, so now let's get into a little bit about leopard geckos, and maybe they're a little bit easier, maybe they're not. I don't know. Let's find out. What do you think?
So personally, in my experience, my fish, which I do have a lot of betta fish, are the hardest pet that I have.
Yeah.
And my leopard gecko is one of the easiest.
And isn't that weird? You wouldn't think that, would you?
No.
I don't feel like the normal everyday Joe would think that.
So, I mean, there are other reptiles that are a lot harder, like bearded dragons and things like that.
Yeah.
But a leopard gecko really is as simple as, you set up their tank, and then all you got to really make sure of is that you're cleaning up after them, and you're feeding them and giving them water every day. I mean, and you got to maintain the shed.
Of course.
The shed, the humidity in the shed box. But other than that,
that's really like nothing.
They're so easy in comparison to betta fish. They really are.
I mean, when you compare the things that I've said to what he's saying, let's talk about the cleanings. Like I said, when you clean a betta fish tank, and now this is for parents or kids, like whoever owns one, when you're cleaning them, like I said, it's a long process. You have to clean the gravel. That's an intricate thing. It takes a long while. You have to refill the water. You have to add the water conditioner. A lot of people, which I think is really good, they add salt in there, which helps prevent a lot of diseases and different things like that. Indian almond leaves, whatever you add back in there. With the leopard gecko enclosure, like you told me earlier today, you're basically just taking out the poop, the napkin and poop.
And leopard geckos, they will find one corner of the enclosure, and that will be where they poop every time they poop.
And that's so true.
And so all you have to do is just put a paper towel down in that spot, And then once a week, you just replace that paper towel, and all of their poop will be on that paper towel.
And I think that's honestly so cool that they do that.
The hardest part about cleaning for a leopard gecko that I have encountered is because you do have to keep a dish of calcium powder in there.
Yeah, I did.
And they get that calcium powder everywhere. And so you do have to, you know, wipe the enclosure out once every couple of weeks to once a month maybe.
Yeah.
But that's a lot different than cleaning all the algae off of the walls of an aquarium and gravel cleaning and doing a big water change.
And even with sand, you have to be careful not to get bubbles in the sand, which can become toxic to your fish. So there's just a lot of different things, and that is true. Leos do have to have different calciums, but still, I feel like the things that you have to have for a leopard gecko are a lot less. I feel like they're a lot less intricate to take care of. So really, if you're wanting a pet that is going to last you many different years, lifespan-wise.
They do live up to 15 years.
Right, yeah. So if you want that, and if you want something that's going to be a lot easier to clean, and you can handle these.
You can't handle a Betta Fish.
Yeah, you
you can, but it's a bad idea.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can, but it's a bad idea. But if you want something like that, whereas I feel like most people just look at a fish as an easy thing, truthfully, they're not that easy, and they require a lot of work. And if you want to know how to take care of a fish, this is obviously not the video. But if you check out my channel, obviously I have tons of videos on how to take care of fish, including breeding them for as far as that goes. But basically, I have
some videos about how to take care of Betta Fish too.
Yes.
We both
do. Jeremy does too. Jeremy even has my fish, like Betta babies that I have bred myself.
I do.
And I will link his channel down below, by the way. But basically, I do feel like this video, I'm like so worried it's going to be a little bit all over the place. But this is really for those of you out there who are parents, maybe looking into getting your child their first pet. Or maybe you're like a teen getting your first pet on your own as well.
Or
and this is just
maybe you're just a young adult who's out on your own for the first time and you want to get your first pet. You're not ready for something like a dog.
And you probably have thought a lot that, you know, fish are probably going to be the easiest thing. Well, really, this video is to kind of tell you that that ain't always the truth.
No, but a leopard gecko.
Yeah, and reptiles are obviously, well, I don't know what I'm saying.
Different reptiles have different needs, obviously. So what we're saying about a leopard gecko is not going to apply to something like a bearded dragon or a snake or something like that. But, you know, a leopard gecko really is
a really ideal beginner pet.
It's an animal that you set up their enclosure, you give them like their heat mat, that you have a thermostat that controls the temperature of the heat mat so you don't have to mess with it. It's set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it.
And then you just make sure they have enough hiding places, make sure that they have enough space.
Exactly.
Make sure they have access to water and calcium. Feed them every day to every other day.
Right.
Make sure they have a humid area where they can go to shed. Not the whole enclosure, just a little humid area.
Yeah, but like I said, obviously this is not care guides on how to take care of these animals by any means. It's really just a sit-down conversation that we're having, just maybe that will help one of you guys out there. And of course, beginner pets are different for everybody, so I'm not sitting here saying that this is the most easiest thing, because what may be easy for you may not be easy for us. So also keep that in mind. But if you are looking for a really good beginner pet that isn't going to cost you a whole lot of, you know, turmoil, maybe the fish isn't for you like you may think. But that's basically the whole point of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed finally getting to see us collab and just sit down together and talk.
Y'all have been asking for this for a long time.
Yeah, very overdue. Very happy to actually be sitting down here and doing this. It doesn't even really feel real, to be honest, that we're like actually together, if that makes sense. You don't feel real.
Are you real?
No. This is a hologram. It's a simulation. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Of course, I want to say thank you to my patrons as always. Dylan, Jeremy, Maddie, Davis, Mercy, Janae. Oh my gosh. Casey, Jessica, Vicky, Cass, Steven, John, and Abby. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being patrons. If you want to be a patron, the link will be in the description box down below. It helps me out a lot, and you guys get a lot of awesome perks as well. And other than that, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, which you can do by hitting my face right up there, and you can watch another one of my videos by clicking right over there. Also, make sure to subscribe to my other channel for all of the content that is not pet related, such as true crime and more. Also, make sure to subscribe to Jeremy and his stuff will be right down below as well, so make sure to do that. And other than that, I hope you have a great day or night or whenever you may be watching this, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
Bye.